But yeah, and I say yes, we gonna test each other, make sure we bring out the absolute best in each other. Every Saturday it goes down. Yeah, I'm Son 752, and I come around. You come around me too, and I'm glad. So we gonna try to have the best time we ever had, and times are bad, times are good, times of diamonds, sometimes times of wood. I stood on my ground, 10 toes down in the candy paint, spinning rims. Yeah, we gonna get with him, her, everybody. Things that they occur. We gonna take this thing on another turn. Well, that's like tear in St. Louis. But yo, we are about to do this today. We are talking about naming your child after an ex. Naming your child after an ex. Now, if y'all see the title of this show, you probably thinking, what in a super trifling mess is this? But you would be surprised about the things that people will do to hold on to a piece of somebody who they're no longer with, whether they're no longer together because of their choice or whether they're no longer together because of the other person's choice. So it really be going down. So that's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Son show. Naming your child after an ex. Yo, I can't think a bigger way to disrespect. And how do you connect and tell your current love that you did this thing like you shoved them aside? Yeah, you didn't care about their pride because you had your own feelings inside. It's kind of crazy. I think so. I'm gonna have to find out what y'all know and what you think. Did they take it to the brink of destruction? This shit is messed up. It reminds me of a suction cup that you want to keep holding on to the wall, and you ain't really trying to be sure you stand tall. All of y'all have probably done something to hold on to somebody one day. Hey, naming your child after an ex. Is there any way that this could be an innocent act? Is there any way that you could excuse this? Is there any way that you could tell your current love, your husband, your wife, that yeah, I know we're having a baby, and it means so much to me, but I'm going to name them after my ex, yeah, and you ain't going to know or see. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we need to have this conversation today. Now, this is probably not a situation that most of y'all are familiar with or close to. It may not have happened to most of you, and even some of y'all who it may have happened to or a version of it has happened to, you probably didn't know about it. Well, we gonna talk about it. Why would we talk about it? Because that's what we do. We about to do this thing. Son has come through. And y'all came through to see what he got to say. And then we gonna do this thing. You know how we play. We play hardball. We never throw soft punches. We got the knowledge in bunches. And anybody wants to come around, yeah, we gonna do this thing. You know how it sound. How does it sound? You named your child after an ex. That is the ultimate form of disrespect, at least from my perspective. I don't see how you can get away with it, but it. Make it feel bad, make it feel crazy. You hanging on to an old ex-lady. What y'all know? What do y'all know? Naming your child after an ex. Naming your child after an ex. Somebody that you're not supposed to be with no more. Well, there are other ways that people hold on to somebody that's their ex. Old pictures, sometimes video, songs that y'all like together or whatever. You know, I mean, it's hard to erase somebody completely from your memory, even though we try to say that you can, or we try to encourage other people to do it all the time. Does it really get done? They say that the human brain doesn't have the capacity to actually forget, but we sure do a hell of a job making sure that we at least put on the act of forgetting. Well, we may forget about a lot of the things that we really should be remembering, but things that we probably should put in the back of our mind, file it away in a cabinet, never to be seal it, never to be opened again. Yeah, those are sometimes the things that we allow to come to the forefront. What do y'all know? Naming your child after an ex. Naming it. I mean, what in the can't let go is this? What can't go? I said, what in the I can't let go is this? Have you done it? Would you ever think about it? And the other thing I want to talk to y'all about, ask y'all about is there any way that this could be done innocently? Is there any way? I mean, go through the most rational part of your psyche and ask yourself, is there any way that this could be done innocently? Like, for example, just coincidentally, your ex was your ex had the same name as your father, and you loved your daddy. Just a coincidence that my dad's name was John, my ex name was John, my dad name was John, my ex name was John. Your dad could have passed away, and you really, really miss your dad. You loved your dad. Y'all were super, super close, and so you said, "Well, when I have a son, I'm going to name my son after my dad." It just so happens that he was named after my ex too. I mean, is it possible? I think it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. If I'm that ex though, I'm still looking like, All right, you named your son John, and your dad's name was John, and your ex name was John. But you didn't have a son. You had a daughter. You named her Johnetta. Johnetta. Janetta for fast. I actually have a cousin named Johnetta. Johnetta. Well, I mean, the world has a lot of possibilities, right? You can find a way. Listen, man, you know people just like I know people who will conjure up something in their mind and they will not let it go. So like whether you know the truth or not, they ain't telling it. They're not telling that truth. I got another truth. Try it on for size. Got another truth. Yeah, we gonna cut it like pies. I got this other truth. I got 100 proof. That's only 50%. But I meant to go hard. The card that you tried to pull. That's a bunch of BS bull. Word? Well, it just seems like a hell of a coincidence that I remember since that you've been apart from that dude or that girl, you've been still trying to make him your world. Giving them calls on the low, talking about you talked to him the other day and you supposed to be this way with your current love. That's the love of your life. At least that's what you told me. You married her. Yo, that's your wife. So what's going on? What are you doing, dude? This seems kind of a little crazy. It's kind of rude. It's a little disrespectful, a lot of disrespectful. You ain't into your shit. Yo, get with it. All right, I don't know. But we got to have this talk, man. Let's have this talk. Naturalista Rap, thanks for coming on through. I said, I said, KB, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. KB says, I would never name my child after an ex. Most of us probably wouldn't try to do nothing like that. But we're going to go into some examples where it may come under consideration. We're going to see what's about. Emily says, what it do, ski, my booski and crew. That's what's up, man. Thanks for coming through. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow! She about to turn it out. Grown woman, don't try me, says I'm almost home. I'm listening. Come on. I'm listening. Come on. All right. That's what's up. Johnny West, what up, my dude? Says they are doing a pre-sale for antidepressants for Eagles fans before the season. We don't need none of that. We don't need none of that. You see how, listen, even with the collapse last year, the Eagles was still like, who did better than the Eagles? For real, for real. Like y'all, we was winning when y'all was hating hard. We was beating teams, even though we wasn't beating them by a lot. There was a lot of close games. All of the games were close, but we beat y'all. A win is a win. So if you the Buffalo Bills, you lost. If you the Kansas City Chiefs, you lost. You the Dallas Cowboys, you lost. We didn't start losing. We didn't start losing till San Fran. Did they win the Super Bowl? Will they? We're going to be all right. At least our team consistently tries to get better. We definitely have the best GM in the whole league. That's not a question. But we'll see. We'll see. Eagles fans are definitely not depressed right now. Shit. We ain't got nothing but things to be happy about. I know I'm quite enthusiastic right now. You know what I mean? Make sure this season is going to go right. All right. Eric Taney says, Nika, I'm a backhand slap. No, you're not. No, you're not. You would never. You would never, whoever you are, I'm sure that if I stood in front of you, you would control your hands like if a cop stopped you if a state trooper stopped you in the hall on the highway. You know, they'd be like, "Yo, keep your hands inside the vehicle." That's what you would do. That's what you would do. You don't want your hands to fly over here. You know what I'm saying? Any sudden moves over here, I handle mine. I mean, I ain't saying that you can't handle yours, but yeah, we not doing that. You cornball. Michael the Great says, "Are you drunk?" Never that. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't toke. I don't shoot. I don't sniff. I don't do none of it. TK Wright says, "Naming a child after an ex reeks." Roxy, what's good? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Mucho. What's that? Benefici says, "I'm a Browns fan. What's your thought?" I think the Browns have been putting in work for a while. See, the thing is, I don't have another team. I don't cheer for other teams to win ever. Unless they play in the Cowboys. Then whoever that team is, I cheer for them to win. I don't cheer for them, but they have my vote of support. Beat the Cowboys. Other than that, but the Browns have been a good team. Yeah, before we won the Super Bowl, I always said the Eagles and the Browns were a lot alike, except for the Browns never go to an AFC championship. So they have some serious perseverance issues. But I'm not saying that they can't ever do it, because they've had some good times, some good teams, and some good players. So as far, I would rock with the Browns before I rock with the Steelers. And people be like, "Yeah, but that's y'all in the same state." I'm like, "I don't care. We don't rock. I'm from Philly. We don't rock with them Pittsburgh Cats. What are you, crazy? Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that." I cut my farts. Says, "You seem like a great non-ghetto black man. Wouldn't mind you as my neighbor at all." Yo, man, y'all be wildin'. But thanks in a way. Natural Release the Rap says, glad you said something to him first. He's tripping. Man, cats be looking at him. They be clout chasing. I don't even know if it's clout at this point. They just want, they need attention so bad. You know what I mean? You can tell when dudes don't get no ass. Poor thing. Rocking out with Sally and her 5 friends all the time. Like, damn, son. I mean, I can't say I can relate, because I can't. And I hope I never, ever do. But listen, man, keep banging. Pun intended. One day it's going to break. You're going to find a woman of your dreams, and she's going to actually like making love to you. It happens. But in the meantime, make sure you keep your personal hygiene up and watch your mouth. It's a good start. Rodney Williams says, "What's up, son? What's going on, Rodney? Thanks for coming through, my dude." Benefici says, "Yeah, agree. Cowboys are annoying. Man, they fans. Ugh. Anytime they don't do well, it's always, yeah, we got 5 rings. I'm like, yo, man, y'all won y'all last championship in 1995. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? What was 96? But the season started, and listen, man. I mean, what we doing? And if she says, "Yeah, we kind of like, that's what's up." Our friend Johnny is a Cowboys fan. Well, my condolences, because for the past 28 years, he ain't had nothing to cheer about. Like, the new millennium came and they went. The new millennium came and the Cowboys went. They can make the playoffs, they do, but getting out of that first round is such a struggle. You know what I mean? It is. It's such a struggle. And getting past the second round is non-existent. They haven't done that in 28 years. That's grown man time. Anybody in here? Anybody out there have a 28-year-old? If you're a 28-year-old and you're a Cowboys fan, how you been feeling? You all right? I mean, I ain't saying you on suicide watch. We got to still stay positive. Your team is your team. If your son or your daughter disappointed you, you would have to hang in there. So I get it. I get it. But just like your son and your daughter, when they have what it takes, and when it's like, well, son, baby girl, you could always try something else. You ain't got, you ain't have to do this. There are other, you was born with God's given gifts. You could try something else. Like, you play checkers really good. You know what I mean? Like video games. That's a lucrative profession. You know what I mean? It's a good way to get rid of your girl. Anyway, Johnny West says, Cowboy fan since I was a kid. Jerry Jones hater since I was an adult. I know it's been rough, but it can't be all Jerry's fault because he brought y'all 2 Super Bowls in the 90s. He did. He may never do it again in his lifetime, but he gave y'all the 2. Here's the thing that kills me about Cowboys fans, and I don't know if any of y'all feel this kind of way. Listening to Cowboys fans talk about their 5 rings, you would almost forget that their Super Bowl record was 2-3 before they won the last 3. They lost 3 Super Bowls in the 70s. The Cowboys have a long history of being that almost got them team. They have a long history of that. They went to 5 Super Bowls in the 70s. That's how they became America's team. They weren't America's team in the 60s. That was in the 50s. It was all Packers, Bears, teams like that. They came out in the 70s under Tom Landry, and they was killing shit. Killing. They ain't win no Super Bowls or go to no Super Bowls in the 80s. They did not go to no NFC championship in the 80s. Oh, yes, they did. They went in 1980 and they lost the NFC championship to the Eagles. How could I forget? Yeah, but they were non-existent in the 80s, and they was non-existent in the 2000s. But let them tell it. It'd be like 5 rings. They'll never talk about those 3 losses because most of y'all wasn't born when it happened. I get it, but I was there. All right. Josh says big teeth. Yeah. You know what? Since they've been flagging my shows lately, I'm just going to say big teeth, big personality, big pleasure. Look at me. Evolving, advancing right in front of your eyes. On the mic, I will rise right in front of your eyes because I am a surprise. So I'm going to let my knowledge be born. It's just a blessing. All right. Dr. Love Green says, damn, that Temu jewelry is loud. Temu jewelry? Yeah. Temu jewelry? Yeah. I got some more Temu jewelry. Yeah. I got some more Temu jewelry. You see that? Yeah, Temu jewelry on some other shit. I got some more. Pinky ring. I had this size down. Yeah. Got a lot of Temu jewelry. I bet you, if you ever stuck a gun in my face, you would probably be a Temu fan forever. But I ain't have to do that for you because, like, really, who is you? All right, WD. WD was good. Dimples D's, what's good, Mom? Thanks for coming through. And Nick Game says, unfortunately, marriage and family is dead in America. No, it's not dead. Love is still alive. Stacy White, thanks for coming through, holding it down for the D all day, every day. WD says Pittsburgh 7, Detroit 0 after the first. Oh, damn. Yeah, it is football today. It is football today. That's what's up. Stacy says, we going to break all wretchedness. Are we? Well, look at you. All right. The kid XV, Kali, says, I'm mad you took them damn homeless Homeless chains off. Yeah. Yeah. Homeless. You know what? They got it. I must be performing outside. You know what? The shelter let me do this show every night. Yo, man, shout out to the shelter. Shout out. So you got to step your jewelry game up. Nah, you got to step your jewelry game up. You got to step your jewelry game up. My jewelry game been up since. I'm sorry. My jewelry game been up since it's been up. You know, like you behind an avatar. You know, like we can't see you, but you know, this is what you can do. This is what you can do. This is what all of y'all can do. You can call into this show. You don't have to sit there in the chat being anonymous, being, you know, you don't have to hate all by yourself. You can come on and hate verbally. If you want to call into the show, I invite you to call in. There's no censorship. I won't cut you off. You know what I mean? I'll let you rock out, do your thing. The number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on it, do the damn, do the damn thing. They're not going to pick up that phone and call because it takes bravery to do that. First of all, you have to have your thoughts together. A lot of dudes who search for attention don't really know how, especially when they text a lot. Never trust a dude that texts all the time. I don't care whether you are male or female. If a dude don't pick up the phone, that motherfucker has some deficiencies. He always has some personality deficiencies because he lacks the power of communication, even though text messaging is a form of communication, but we didn't start out that way. But if y'all pussies are brave enough and you can get it together enough, call 319-527-6199. I'll give you the floor. If you've ever been to this show before, you know I don't cut nobody off. I'll let you rock out. Have your fun. Do your thing. You know what I mean? No censorship. You can say whatever you want. Whatever you want. You want to curse, you want to cuss, you want to swear, you can do it right here. Yeah. You want to scream, you want to yell, you want to holler, you can call in and it don't cost you $1, not 1 cent. Say what you mean, say what you meant. You ain't going to do that shit because your bravery is spent. You lost it a long time ago, you little short, small motherfucker trying to fuck with, it'll never happen. Yo, you trying to be snapping up in the chat, but that's where you need to stay at. But if you got the balls, call 319-527-6199 and get your shine on. But you ain't gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. Johnny West says, be a Cowboys fan. Be a Cowboys fan is what I imagine being one of those people who cut themselves or just put themselves into pain. Shit, man. You know, like it's funny because as a sports fan, you identify, like you kind of, see your world through your team. You don't try to do that, but it happens. So you kind of see the world through the perspective of your team. When they win, you win. You feel like a winner. And that's whether you gamble or not. You just, it happens that way. It's like us against them. It's that teamwork thing. Dr. Love Green says, jingle, jingle, jingle. And let's see, what's that? Sarab Sharma says Daniel Comer is back, baby. Daniel Comer is back, baby. Dr. Love Green says grown men loving other grown men playing with. I don't know what you're talking about. But I had a father. That's the grown man I love. And let's see. Where's Islam Makachev? I don't know. Oh, Sakagawa or Sekagawe says boring. All right, you can go. See you later. I'll holler back at you. Thanks for coming through. All right. Texas Repo says the Texans with CJ Stroud are way better than the Cowgirls today. You might be right about that. You might be right about that. But that's another team that is championship challenged. You know, like the Oilers never made it to the Super Bowl, and the Texans haven't made it either. But I hope the Texans do. I do. Not if the Eagles are in the hunt, but you know, like, whatever. Nick Game says, who cares? Yeah, word. Grizzly Cloud says, are you 420 friendly? Nah, I don't smoke. I'm 420 friendly. Like, you can smoke all you want. Do your thing. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do none of that. You know what I mean? 100% healthy body over here. All right. So we talking about naming your child after an ex. Naming your child after an ex. Like, who would do this? Who would do this? Well, as ridiculous as it seems, there are a lot of people who would do this. And they may do it on a low. Like the same people that try to downplay their involvement with somebody that they really loved or that they were with a long time or that they really have strong feelings for still. They're the same people that might try to pull something like that. Naming their child after their ex. Now, we had an example. We did an example about how, you know, how it could be an innocent thing to do. Like perhaps, coincidentally, your dad and your ex share the same name. So maybe your dad passed, or maybe he's still alive and you're honoring your dad. So you named your son after your dad. You know, it could happen. It could be a legacy type of thing. Whereas maybe your grandfather, your dad, your brother all had the same name. So your son, you named him the fourth. It could happen. It could happen. But if you were seriously involved with your ex to the point where maybe y'all were married, or maybe y'all were on your way to get married, and then y'all broke up for whatever reason, and then you got with somebody else, and all of a sudden y'all, you know, you got pregnant and had a son, and guess what his name is? It could get a little bit more questionable. Like, what if your dad's middle name was the same as your ex's first name? So they didn't exactly share the same first name. So you named your son your dad's middle name instead of your dad's first name. But let's be totally open-minded, rational, and understanding here. Is it possible that you just like the name so much that you always said from the time that you were a child playing with Barbie dolls that you would name your son this name? Like his name was Ken. You used to play with Barbie and Ken. You named your son Ken. And the dude that you were going with, the dude that you were in love with, the dude that you were attached to, name was Ken. Kenneth. Could happen, right? Grizzly Clouds. Android is super better than iPhone, and PlayStation. Come on now. I mean, is there really any comparison these days? I mean, Xbox had a good run, but I mean, does anybody ever talk about Xbox anymore? You know? So yeah. You know, is there a way? I'm just searching for a way for this to somehow be an innocent act. Naming your child after an ex. And how do you explain to your current love Or what if you don't? What if you don't have a current love? Maybe like let's say you got pregnant by somebody, you were still, strongly involved or had strong feelings for your ex, but you were involved with somebody, you got pregnant, y'all didn't work out. Maybe he was gone before the baby was born. You named that child after your ex. And I ain't saying that you was trying to blame the baby on your ex. Maybe there's no way that it could have been your ex because y'all haven't been involved in a long time, way over 9 months. But you named him, after your ex. Listen, people keep trinkets, souvenirs, memoirs, keepsakes. They do that for their exes. Not everybody. A lot of people clean their closet totally of whatever ex they had, making room for their current love. Shout out to them. But some people hold on a little bit. Hold on. TK Wright says, I personally would never do that. It's disrespectful. And how disrespectful is it? How disrespectful is it? Like, how would you explain to your current love that you named your child after your ex? Now, did you keep it 100 with your current love? Did you tell them the truth? Did you tell them the truth? Did you tell them the truth that you were deeply in love and involved with somebody who you named your son or your daughter after? Because this is not just a woman thing. Men would men would do this kind of shit. Y'all all know some dudes who can't let go of a woman that they used to deal with. Plenty of y'all have dealt with a nigga who claimed, promised, swore up and down that he wasn't messing with his ex no more. I don't have sex with my baby mama no more. And you caught him with him once, caught her with her twice, caught her with her 3 times. Yo, stop lying. You know how the game goes. Sometimes they can let go and sometimes they ain't thinking about your ass, yo. Is it disrespectful? Yeah, on many levels, but you got to deal with this tear. Yeah. Y'all know how, hey, it happens. It happens. So this is, I ain't trying to, get all on the ladies like on some old, they the only ones who would pull this kind of shit. Men lie all the time. Talking about, nah, I don't love her no more. I ain't with her no more. All I care about is you. Meanwhile, that nigga got her pussy juices on his dick right now. I mean, pardon my candor and my explicit description. But yeah. Make sure that nigga take a shower before. Make sure he take a shower before, because he's still dirty. Talking about he don't mess with his ex no more. He more than mess with her. He all in like Paul in. He all in like Paul in, my dude. All right. TK Wright says the only way this could be innocent is if the name also belonged to your father, brother, family member who had a positive influence on your life. Both parents should have a say in naming the child. Yeah. I guess it could be innocent that way. As long as that man wasn't me. It could be innocent. But if I was dealing with a chick and I had a baby by her and she named her son or named her son, or if she was, let's say back in the day, she used to mess with girls. So she named her daughter after her ex-girlfriend. And what's the crazy thing about that? Some men wouldn't have a problem with that so much. Some men would actually be okay with that. Well, she named it after her ex-wife or her ex-girlfriend or whatever when she was in the life. When she was in the life. Some men would be like, but I got her now. I turned her around. I got her now. Turn her around. I got her now. I said I turned her around. I got her now. I ain't worried about what she did then. As long as she's down. Yo, maybe we can get us 3. Yeah, when she named the child after her instead of me. Well, these are things that happen in your life. Sometimes people get mad, right? And it's something you got to deal with. Yeah, you got to roll a wheel with. Yeah, you roll a blunt. That ain't nothing that you want. But yeah, it goes down the way that it goes down. Life is going full speed ahead. It won't slow down. You got to watch and check the person that you're with because they might be on some other shit. Well, let me think for a minute. Take a second to wreck it. Yeah, a minute to get in it, win it. What would I do if anybody tried to disrespect me, disrespect you? I wish first of all, if it's my baby, I'm naming him what I want. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm pulling a straight chauvinist move, misogynist. Yeah, I'm Brodian. No, like my daughter. I wanted her name Ayana. I ain't give a fuck. Fuck out of here. You don't name after me, no child support. I mean, not after me. If you don't name her what I want, no child support. That's it. All right, it wasn't exactly that way. But yeah, I was strong in my convictions. Like, no. Because I knew that my baby mom was going to try to name her some dainty European shit. I knew that shit. I was like, nah, I mean, we not doing that. We not doing that. No. This is rap's new generation. You know, but her middle name is very European. You know, you got to give a little to get a little, whatever. But the first name is what matters. First name is what matters. TK Wright says, I can't think of anything else that would be remotely innocent. Had to search my brain for that example. Okay. I'm gonna help you out. I got something. All right. I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna do it like this. Suppose your ex was Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Suppose your ex was a super historical iconic figure. Yeah, I used to go with Malcolm before Betty. I was before Betty when Malcolm was out in them streets. He was with me. When Martin was in school for theology. Well, actually, that's not what he went to school for. But nonetheless, maybe he dated another woman before Coretta. So he names his son after Martin Luther King. His name's Martin. After all, Martin Luther King, his dad, were named after Martin Luther. They wasn't named after nobody that they never heard of. So, you know what I mean? What if your ex was Martin Luther King? What's that? DW, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all. And please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. aka, and you know what I didn't do? I never did the intro. Let me do that. I know we already 39 minutes, and it doesn't matter. Let's do this. Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We do this every single Saturday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, but then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today, on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We talking about naming your child after your ex. I said, naming your child after your ex. I said, naming your child after your ex. Name it. Mad disrespect. I said, naming your child after your ex. It's the ultimate form of disrespect. I said, naming your child after your ex. What you doing? Show a little respect. I said, naming your child after your ex. Naming your child after your ex. Disrespecting your current love. Yeah, put him on the ground when they should be above the fray. And you're doing it all the wrong ways, but you don't give a shit today. Cause you're naming your child after your ex. Naming your child after your ex. Naming your child after your ex. The ultimate form of disrespect. I don't understand why you would do something like that to somebody you supposed to be in love. Oh, who is you? What are you doing? Yo, you're about to leave your shit in shambles and ruins. I don't understand why people have to do certain things that proves that they are paupers, not the kings and queens. By any and all means, there's so many choices and options, like adoption. So you named your child after your ex, like what the hell you doing? That's a waste of sex. And you went the whole way, yo. That's worse than your child being, well, you know. Well, you know. Now you know. Well, you know. I said, well, you know. What you know? What you know? Then naming your child after your ex. Naming your child after your ex. I said, naming your child after your ex. It's the ultimate form. Totally disrespect. I said, naming your child after your ex. What the hell is going on? Somebody coming at your neck. I said, naming your child after your ex. What are you doing? What a waste of sex, yo. I said, yo. I said, yo. What we doing out here? What are we doing out here? I know we can do better than this. Naming your child after your ex. Naming your child after your ex. Fahad Masood says, father-in-law with them drums. Yeah, father-in-law, my father-in-law. You know, father-in-law with them drums. I remember you from last night. It wasn't that long ago. What's going on, my dude? What's going on? All right. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't miss y'all. Just trying to make sure I don't miss y'all saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ashton Liu says, are you a therapist? No, I am not. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm definitely not a PhD person. You know what I mean? I got 1 degree, little bachelor of science. I ain't nothing else. Not going back to school. Not a life coach. I ain't none of that shit. This is a self-help show. We come in here, we express ourselves, we make up a topic, we talk about it, kick it around as far as we can. You know what I mean? We put the subject in the water, then dip the rag in there and wring it out until there ain't nothing left up in it. That's what this movement is about. That's what this channel does. So no, I'm not a therapist. This is called Urban Therapy with Sun, but there are more ways to get therapy than just being a licensed clinician. So nah. So, naming your child after your ex. We are trying to find a way for this shit to somehow be innocent. We're trying to find a way for this to somehow be okay. Like I said, what if your ex was Martin Luther King? What if? It's not out of the total realm of possibility after all. You know, Martin was wild. He definitely, for all of his greatness, and he was great, undisputed, but you know, he had a problem with fidelity. White chicks in particular. Yeah, Martin liked to play in the snow. So what if one of those white chicks messed around with another black dude and named her son Martin? She could always lie and be like, yeah, I named him after Martin Sheen. Is Martin Sheen's real name Martin Sheen? His real last name is Estevez. So I don't know. I don't know. What's that? Ashton says, let's debate on intercaste marriage. What is an intercaste marriage? You got to school me. Should not be allowed by the church. What is intercaste marriage? I don't know. Naturalista Rap says, oh, you want to know what it is too? Like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let him go ahead and say it before I Google. You know, yeah, because I'm not familiar with that term. But yeah, name me a child after next. Now, aside from how sinister it looks, could it go deeper than just that little underhanded, underground, less than honest, omitting important facets and pieces of the story? My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max, and chill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. I always appreciate you. You know how we do. Okay, Ashton Lou says marriage for different religion. We ain't debating on that. You do what you want to do. I don't think that needs debate. I don't think so. I mean, I understand how it could be important to some other people, but Daniel Lodge 14. What up, man? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. All right, Stacy. Good looking. Thanks for coming through. Marriage for different caste people. All right, fuck it. Let me look up what this shit is. Intercaste marriage. I ain't want to do it, but I need some clarity. Let me see what we can do. All right. What is an intercaste marriage? An intercaste marriage is also known as marrying out of caste, a marriage between two people who belong to different castes. Castes are the social classes that divide Hindu society. In many parts of South Asia, intercaste marriages are considered taboo and socially unacceptable. In India, intercaste marriages have been legal since 1955, but most people still marry within their caste. However, there have been some recent changes in Indian society that may lead to more intercaste marriages, such as modernization, democratization, and development. These changes may give young people more economic and social independence, which could make it easier for them to convince their parents to approve of their chosen partner. They may also have more opportunities to meet people from other castes, which could lead to more exposure to potential intercaste spouses. In addition to social changes, the Indian government has also taken steps to encourage intercaste marriages. For example, the Supreme Court has declared that intercaste marriages are in the national interest and a unifying factor for the country. In the state of Uttar Pradesh, the government offers a cash award for intercaste couples. In 2017, Prime Minister Narendra Modi started a scheme that gives 250,000 rupees to intercaste couples if one of them is a Dalit. So that's what intercaste marriages are. Evidently, we don't have that problem in the United States. You can marry whoever you want to marry. I've known Christians that marry Jews, no convert either way. I've known Muslims to marry Christians, no convert. Like, I mean, I understand, you on that Assalamu alaikum, but I'm on that Jesus walks, and I ain't changing. And I'm not giving up pork. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? I don't know what you eating tonight, but we having pork chops and apple chops. We having pork chops and apple chops. So I don't know, man. I mean, if you love somebody enough to marry them, or if it's for your benefit in some way besides love, you're going to take into consideration what you want to do. Daniel says, I feel like if you have that true love foundation, hold on, the true love foundation, you can do whatever you want. If that includes excluding your cultural religion, then so be it. I think I feel that way too. Now, if two people are deeply religious, this may be a real problem, especially when you talk about bearing children, starting families that way. You know, at 54 years old, there are a lot of things that I don't have to worry about as far as relationships are concerned. Like, ain't no babies. I never messed around with no young girls, so ain't gonna be none of that shit. And most of, any women around my age already have children that are grown. So they're not a factor when it comes to us being together. Of course, families should love and respect each other and value each other and appreciate each other. So, and blending that way is cool, but you're not talking about which God is our children going to worship and pray to. That's what you have to deal with when you're in your 20s, 30s, and part of your 40s. Anybody who has children after 40, they need to have their head examined. But hey, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. I know it's been trying to be done to me. It has. I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't really want to turn 50 because I consider that like no way you can say that you're a young man no more. But I don't miss her missing her period on some old day after pill shit. I don't miss none of that shit. And like Kamala Harris says, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. I ain't going back. I ain't going back. No, wait. I ain't going back. I ain't going back regardless of how your daughter and son act. They ain't getting in the way of our love, yo. We come through trying to push and shove our love aside, but we are joined together like Legos. Yeah, we eat Eggos, waffles, pancakes, and all that stuff. Yeah, I know that life can be tough, but I've had enough of people getting all in our business because that ain't what time it is. So your kids in their 20s or their 30s, and I'm glad they old enough to not try to bluff or try to stuff your head full of doubt because you and me together. And yeah, we going out with each other till the life ends. We ain't gonna do this shit. And it don't depend on how your mama and daddy feel about our union. Fuck all them niggas. It's like, no, not fuck all them. Because I'm family first. And I do care what my family thinks. So we not doing that. But you understand what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, Daniel. Brady Bunch quote. Pork chops and apple chops. Going to keep on. You know the Brady Bunch was this shit. We're going to keep on grooving. Keep on grooving. Did Peter ever make good with the Glee Club? Did he? Did he make good with the Glee Club? Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na-na. The preppy girl says, could you please sing Espresso? I don't know that song, if it's a song. Nick Game says, I hate people who try to control others. Well, there are different forms of control. They are. We all try to control others on some level, but I understand what you're saying. I do. Stardom Play says Elon Musk. Wow, who would bring him up? TK Wright says, Daniel, you don't look old enough to remember that. Dave says, yeah, I'm only 27, but my parents raised me on those old time TV shows. They're way better than what's out today. Yes. And I can't even say no because I don't watch any new shows and haven't maybe in 20 years. But I'll say this. Shows like the Brady Bunch did not ever reflect on real life problems. Like all of the Brady kids' problems were easily solved. Easily. None of them got into a fight. None of them got hooked on drugs. None of the girls got pregnant. They was a fully blended family who accepted each other. Like none of them was attracted to each other. Like Greg was never like, damn man, Marsha though. I mean, I know but Marsha though. I'm just saying, but Marsha though, but Marsha though, but Marsha though, but Marsha though. Oh, mom, not glasses. Oh, mom, not. Please, mom, not glasses. Oh, my nose. Oh, my nose. Please, not glasses. No, mom, please, not glasses. That was some innocent ass TV, boy. 94 clones, or is that C. Jones? Says happy to see a strong, motivated. Oh man, you know what? You lucky that I believe in freedom of speech, because you know if you went to another channel and said that dumb shit, they would get you right on up out of here. But see, I'll let your bum ass live. You know why? Because you sir, who had nothing better to do on a Saturday afternoon, came to see me. And you wanted me to know that you're attracted to me. That's the only way that you would say that I'm gay, because you don't see none of that here. But I'm sorry that somewhere out there your dick is hard. But I'm straight. I like women and pussy. I only like men for brothers. Nowhere in my life do you see me connected with some dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I understand your struggle. But the good part about it is this is the best time in history to be gay. So you can come out, man. You ain't got to stay in the closet no more. You gonna get all the support that you want. You can get your own channel. And if you embrace the LGBTQ, they'll come through. They always support their own. They always support their own. So I encourage you to do that shit. Go ahead, press on. Press on, my brother. I see that we have a caller on the line. Time to shine. There's a caller on the line right now. All right. Naturalista Rap says the Partridge Family kids were less messy. Yeah. There says, oh, my nose. Poor Marsha. Yeah. Bennett Joseph says, put on your Sunday clothes, kids. We going to Sears. Word. Yo. Now that's what I'm talking about. We going to Sears. Get them family portraits right. All right. We have a caller on the line. Caller with the last numbers. Oh. Caller with the last number 6606. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Hello. What's going on?
Hello there, son. This is Joe from Montana. How you been?
This is Joe from Montana. First time caller?
This is a first time caller. Joe from Montana.
What's good, my dude? What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. Hey, you know what? You got a topic up there that I never even heard about. You know, about people naming their children the names of their exes. So that's something new for me. So I'm glad you got that up there. Yeah, people actually do that?
Yes, they do. They actually do. Unfortunately, fortunately, I know of an example or two. I know at least two.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I know of at least two examples.
You know, you're right. I was reading your description page, and you were talking about how hard it has to be for somebody to forget their ex if they're going to name their child after their ex, and how hard it probably is in their current relationship if their woman or the man is knowing that the children is named after the husband or the wife's ex.
Yeah, man.
How committed. Right. I mean, that's why I never even thought of that. But like, yeah, anything's possible. I mean, geez.
Yo, you have to be a certain kind of special person to do some shit like that. Like, do you know how long you probably had to kick that idea around? Like, how can I do this and get away with it? And then you finally had to say, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, but it happens. It happens. And here we are.
Yeah, if you're married or if you're in a relationship, and then he or she finds out that little Bobby is named after the guy named Robert or the woman named Bobby or Roberta. And you're saying, whoa, I thought I was supposed to be the only one for you. Well, you are, baby, but, this is just something from the past.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't think that people are totally honest with their current love or they spouse about what they've done. Because think about it. I don't care how liberal you are. I don't care how understanding, open-minded you are. Ain't nobody going for that shit. So more than likely, you've done this. You've gone ahead and completed this process of naming your child after your ex, but you probably lied to your current love about what your ex's what your ex's name was. You may have told them that their name was Todd when their name was Joe, and your son's name is Joe. You understand what I'm saying? So this won't be the first lie you've told or omitting the truth. This is not going to be your first time at the rodeo.
Yeah, and if the woman, let's say the woman finds out that the daughter is named Mary, right? Mm-hmm. And her husband tells her that his last name was Roberta. So you're right. The current spouse isn't going to have any clue unless they meet. Mm-hmm. And then she's off talking, and the ex starts saying, well, I'm glad that he's happy because when we were together for those 6 years before you two hooked up, and then the spouse says, your name's Mary? My child's name is Mary.
And they probably insisted on the child being named that. It wasn't just like well, do you think that this is a good name? It was probably like, yo, I want my child to be named this. They probably really pushed the envelope. Like that's it's foul as hell. But the diabolical nature that it took, the process that it took to get this thing done and push it through. Like it's dirty all the way. Dirty. At least it seems that way to me.
You got me thinking. Yeah, you got me thinking. Now let's say I don't believe in marriage, so I'm not going to get married. But let's say I find that in the next 3 years, I have found who I think is my true love, right? And we have a child, right? So she tells me that, okay, it's a boy. She's going to name the kid John, right? Mm-hmm. And insist on it like you are, like you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say you meet up with this guy, John, and I find out that it was her long-lost soulmate. How do you think I should handle that?
Yo, man, that's grounds for, honestly, I think it's grounds for divorce. Really? I think come on, man. Yeah, because now she has fucked up and tainted your view of your child. Now, the child that you're supposed to be giving love and guidance and instruction to, now you got to look at them with a side eye like, look what your mom did. You know what I mean? Either divorce or we changing the name now. I don't give a shit if the child is 10 years old. We changing that motherfucking name. You know what I mean? It's got to go. And I don't mean, no, we're not just going to call, have him go by his middle name. That name is getting changed officially. We going down to the court of common pleas and we changing this shit. And it ain't getting changed back. And as a matter of fact, there's never going to be another record of that name. You know what I'm saying? So when you see it, you know how when you get your credit report, it says other names used by the youth. Nah, we getting that shit all the way out of here. He or she's name was never Mary, John, Bob, Susan. My name is not Susan. You out of here. But yeah, it's either divorce. Because now our relationship or marriage is never going to be the same. It has a big black eye in it. Like, you telling me that you've been so much into me and you know, we have this special thing going on, but you've been holding on to your ex the whole time. He been sleeping with us. For all I know, you know what I mean? These moans and groans that you've been giving out here have been for him.
All right, hey, that's another thing you're making me think of. Now I'm thinking, let's suppose theoretically I've gotten married and I've had 6 really beautiful years of marriage with this woman, right? But now I find out after 6 years that the name of our child is named after her old flame. But I've had 6 beautiful years with her. I'm thinking I'm going to let it pass, because if she got over it, I can get over it. Yeah, she insisted, as you say, she pushed the envelope, she named the kid John, but she has never, ever given me any real reason to believe that she's cheating on me now, or that she has feelings for her old flame. So I'm thinking I'm going to let it go. But as you were also describing and alluded to, the last straw, right? If I was having a bad relationship with this woman, and now I find out that my child is named after her old flame, that could just be, you know, my last straw for divorce, because I'm not thinking about changing the name, because her feelings are still going to be for, you know, for good old John. I'm thinking of divorce if it's the last straw.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's either divorce or name change for me. And listen, there are a lot of things that I can get past, because I understand. I understand, you know, I've been in a lot of relationships over my life. I understand how it goes, and I understand how hard it can be to just totally etch a sketch a memory of somebody from your memory where y'all were really close, because it could be a situation that's a little bit more innocent, but still, like, let's say their ex was killed in a motorcycle accident. They were on their way to getting married. They already had a child. No, they were on their way to getting married, or, you know, but they hadn't gotten married yet, but they were, I mean, that was really the love of her life. And, you know, he passed and she moved on, but she named her son after her ex, who's no longer here. So you don't have to worry about her involvement with her ex anymore, but you may still have to deal with whether she is fully invested in what you two have, because even the memory of what she had before, she may be subliminally or purposefully comparing you to what she had. And I'm thinking, and maybe this is just me, but I'm thinking that if she names her child after her ex, no matter how close you and her are, you probably aren't the winner in her psyche in comparison. When she does the side-by-side comparison, head-to-head comparison, you probably are second place all the time instead of first place.
I agree, especially if when you kept saying her child. I'm going to say if it's our child and she's naming that kid Johnny, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking, you know what? I just made be second place. If there's, you know, been more than the usual troubles in a marriage. But if, let's say she had a child, I married her with this child, and she named that child after him, I'm not going to have a problem about that. I might think that, you know, hey, look, her past name may be romanticized by the fact that he died, right? So therefore, every once in a while, in the darkness of her mind, in the darkness of being alone, and I'm not allowed around, she may be thinking of him. I'm going to think of that as normal. Just as long as she doesn't bring it into the marriage to such a degree that makes me think that I am second best. Now, again, as you're saying, if it's our child and she's sipping upon the name Johnny and the old flame is Johnny, now I'm thinking. You know, now I'm wondering.
If she names our child after her ex, that's not my child. That's her child. It'll become our child That it'll become our child when we get this name change. You know what I mean? Because right now, because and I say that only because you had ulterior motives when creating this child, other than having something with you and I. You essentially brought another person into our relationship. You know, it's like the old song. It's like the old song. Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. I mean, how can you deny it? You bringing you carrying that baggage over here, huh? What'd you say? You muted, Joe? Where you at, Joe? Where you at, Joe? Where you at, Joe? You gotta go. He dropped off. He'll call back. So yeah, I mean, this is just the craziest situation. No, it's not the craziest situation I've ever heard. This is crazy. But yeah, you know, you live and you learn, you know, not necessarily what I've ever been through. But listen, man, all right, we're going to do this. Fuck it. We're going to do this. This is a personal story. This actually happened to me. No bullshit, no lie, no nothing. I'm going to tell y'all what happened, and then we're going to be done with it. But yeah, it was a girl I used to mess with in the 90s. And we messed around with each other for years. And, you know, we broke up. We went our separate ways, but we was always cool. You know what I mean? She was pretty heartbroken, you know, when we broke up and all of that. But we was good, you know. She had some other shit that she had to deal with. I had some other shit that I had to deal with. All right. She got married to another dude. She got married. Had a son. I saw her. This is when I used to do comedy. I saw her at one of my shows. Now, she wasn't following me there. I didn't know she was going to be there. I wasn't on the flyer or nothing like that. So it wasn't a situation where she was coming to see me. We hadn't had any contact. Matter of fact, I didn't even have a phone number anymore. So we were totally out of contact. She showed me a picture of her son. I was like, oh man, you had a son. That's what's up. I said, what's his name? She said his name is Omar. I said, I gave it a look like, what? And I knew she was telling the truth. I knew it. She ain't the type that's gonna play them kind of games. I was like, his name is what? She said his name is Omar. And she gave me that look sort of like, I said, that's his first name? She said, yeah. I said, well, how did you do that? How do you name him? How did you name him that? What did your husband think about that? She said, well, he don't know your name. He don't know your name. So either she never told him about us, because she claimed I was her first love. She told me that. She told me that to my ear. My physical ear and the phone ear. Like, yeah, you was my favorite. You was my first love, without a doubt. She named her son Omar. I was like, I ain't gonna say I lost any respect for her, but I lost a little respect for her. And I'm like, that ain't cool. I wanted her to be lying. You ever want somebody to be lying about something? I wanted her to be lying. She was not lying. I know another dude. He was a Navy guy. He was, let's just say he lived a full life, relationship wise. He named his daughter after one of his exes, and he showed no shame about it. No shame whatsoever. Like, yeah, because she'll always be my baby. Now, with my ex, we didn't have no contact. Like I said, I didn't have a phone number or nothing like that. When we were on social media, on Facebook, she actually blocked me. So it wasn't a situation where she was trying to get back or nothing, no shit like that. She wasn't trying to rekindle nothing or whatever. But it don't fucking matter. You named your son after me. She didn't deny this shit. I was like, you named him after me? She was like Omar is an all right name, but it ain't that special. Like, stop playing. Now it's not. It ain't. It's all right. It's all right. But come on, man, we not doing that. So yeah. So intimately, I know how this can go. Now, if it was another situation where, you know, she was still trying to get back and all of that, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even entertain that. Because that shit sound mad trappy. It seems like a rabbit hole that you're gonna get fucked up in. All right, we have a call on the line, block number. This might be Joe, it might be somebody else. Let's see. Caller with the private number. What's good?
It's me.
You're back? That's what's up.
Yeah, my phone disconnected on me. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So, did you hear the story I just told?
Somewhat. Something about Omar that your girlfriend named, or you know somebody you named the child Omar. I think you were the woman's first love, and she named the child after Omar or after you, something like that.
Yeah, same thing. She named the child after me, and I was like, that shit is crazy. And but here's the craziest part about it. We knew each other's family, so they know that child is named after me. That ain't no random shit. You know what I mean? Like,
son, if you broke up with her and she still has a crush on you, right? And the kid isn't yours, right? And she's a single mom, and she's now met somebody else. How can that man, you know, feel slighted just because she named the kid after you? She named the kid after you years, let's say, before she met him. She had
no. That was their child together. She didn't have she only has kids by him. We didn't have a child.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, she only had. I don't know if she has more children now. I don't know if she has more children now, because this was about, man, this might have been at least 15, 16 years ago. It was in the 2000s, but it was before 2010, that's for sure. But yeah, she wasn't no single mom. She's a married woman. She had a child by her husband and named him after me.
No good. No. And she didn't tell him about you, right?
I don't, like, listen, I wasn't, I asked her the question. She sort of skirted the issue. She went around it. She said that, like, kind of intimated that he doesn't know. But I mean, at the end of the day, she had to have lied to him. But whether she lied to him or not, all of her mom, her brothers, you know what I mean? They all know who her child is named after. They know.
Yeah, they have to know.
Oh, they know. They know.
Oh.
She didn't date a string of Omar.
Did they bring it up to him?
I don't know. We weren't involved. We were no longer involved. Okay. Like I said, I didn't have a phone number anymore or anything like that. We didn't have any involvement. So she's innocent in that regard. But as far as I'm concerned, you're not innocent in the whole thing, because I mean, you did all of the damage that needed to be done. The biggest question you put out there.
Is that something it sounds like something you personally would have a problem with. And as I'm thinking about it, I would have a problem with it too if the marriage was going along in a rocky way. If it wasn't, then I don't think or at least I would like to think that I wouldn't have a problem with it. But then again, if the marriage is a normal marriage, which is one of the reasons why I'm not married, never been married, never will get married, because the normal marriage is fucked up. So if I was to get married and it was a normal fucked up marriage, that would add to the fucked upness. So yeah, I wouldn't want my child to be named after my wife's ex.
Yeah, it's definitely not the desired moniker of your child. But yeah, I mean, to me,
No.
it goes so much. It just goes so much deeper. Like you know, I can understand how you haven't totally erased somebody's memory from your mind, but there's certain things that you just have to do to mitigate any further damage. To try to move on in some kind of way, in a healthy way. And naming your child after your ex is not the best way that I think to move on from an ex.
No, I agree with you now that I'm thinking about it, because it's still every day is a constant reminder of the old times, of the past. You don't want that in a current relationship or for plans for the future. Now, let's say, for example, I was married and I find out that my wife 5 years ago, let's say I'm married 5 years, now let's say she was 10, 15 years ago when she was in college, a stripper for about 3 months. And I asked her, did you do anything besides stripping to get the money for college? And she tells me no. I might have done a couple of lap dances, but I never took anybody to the room. And if I believed her, I would like to think that in that instance, something like, I would want to know about it. But if somebody told me and I found out about it and I got to confirm from her, I would like to think that what's in the past is in the past. It doesn't affect today's relationship. We're having a great relationship. And I would like to think something like that can be gone and dealt with and put it in the dustbin of the past. Now the name, that's every day. If my kid is named Johnny, and I know that Johnny is her flame, and she purposely, as you were saying, pushing the envelope to get that and to get that kid named Johnny, she's thinking about her old flame. That's not something from the past. That's now.
Shit.
No, that's different.
She was thinking of them already. You know what I mean? I just don't. I'm looking for a way around this to make it right, and I'm just not seeing it. I've looked high, I looked low, left, right, up, down, in, out, side to side. I don't see no way that this could be okay. And and for the first time, I felt for another man that was with somebody that I was with. Normally, I don't give a shit about that, but I'm thinking, like, how would I feel? How would I feel if this happened to me? Like, that ain't cool. It's not cool.
No, it's a tribute to you, but it's an insult to him.
It definitely is. And I have a really Listen, I have a really big ego, but it ain't that big. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to see another man suffer just so I can, get my shit off. That shit is too much. That's too much. Not at all. Not at all. And that's the only saving grace in this whole thing, as far as I'm concerned. The fact that me and her were not involved when they got together. We were not dealing with each other in any kind of way. I was totally out of the picture. She was totally out of my picture. But you can best believe I would never name my daughter after her. Like, are you crazy?
No, you really, really can't, because just in case somebody or whoever the spouse might be, just find out who the old flame is, and they even could get to meet them. And then they find out that the spouse really was what he or she considered their soulmate. You have to wonder, you named our child after him or her, and we're here now talking with them. You're going to tell me you don't have any feelings for this man or for this woman? I'm going to be kind of skeptical about that.
Yeah, it's nasty work. It's dirty work. Any way and every way you slice it, it's dirty. It's nasty. It's not desirable. It's not. There's not too much good that can come out of this. Not too much good at all. This is deficient. This is. And
you know what? I'm going to let you go, but you finally came up with a topic that I never thought about. Congratulations.
All right.
Because you usually have topics, you know, that everybody thinks about every once in a while because they happen to everybody somehow, sometime, someplace. But this I never thought about. So, hey, you know, congrats.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. I'll keep working on it.
Okay, I'll talk to you. Take care, Jim.
Have a good one, man.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah. My man Joe coming through. Appreciate it. If y'all want to call into the show, 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Like, as you can tell by Joe, you can say whatever you want. You can express it how you feel. No censorship here. You can let it out. Let it fly. You don't have to take no words back. Two Rock says Temu LL Cool J in the house, baby. Temu. You know what? Temu has to be the most popular, disrespected site ever. Right? Like, everybody knows it and references it, but nobody seems to respect it. Well, somebody shopping at that motherfucker. Somebody shopping at Temu. Because people are not passing up the opportunity to say something about Temu. Now, I've never bought anything from Temu, but I'd be lying if I say I never saw the ads. And I'd be lying if I say I never clicked on any of the ads. But I'll be getting out of there quick. Johnny West says, get it, Johnny's. He says, I get it. Johnny's pretty cool. Johnny's a pretty cool name. But what if your ex named after their grandpa and they got an old ass name like Garland or Augusta? Personally, I don't see anything wrong with those names. I wouldn't give a shit if I had the flyest name on earth. My ex ain't got no business naming her child after me. That ain't cool. But to be fair, I don't believe in naming children after nobody anyway. I don't get down like that. I'm named after my dad, but not all three names. You know, we have the same first name, but I would never do that shit. We're going to have to honor you another way. Any children I have to have original names. Let other people copy. I was the first Omar in my family. Then other Omars started coming through. I got two cousins named Omar. They came after 90 seconds. They came after me. But yeah, I would never, and you know, these chicks out here who name they kids after people on soap operas and shit. You run around here with a name like Brock. With a name like what's the Young and the Restless boy name? What's his name? Shit. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's probably one of the most popular soap opera figures. I don't know if he's still on the Young and the Restless. Victor Newman. Thank you, Emily. Victor Newman. Now you name, and there was a lot of that shit going on in the 70s and 80s. People naming look, man, I used to mess with a girl. She named all three of her kids after celebrities. Some of them wasn't real celebrities. She named her daughter Mahogany after, the Diana Ross movie Mahogany. Iman after the model Iman. And Makai after Makai Pfeiffer. I looked at her like, so you really on this is what you doing? And she was like, yeah, well, I figured, if I named them after people who had done something great, then maybe they'll do something great. And this is why I say stay in school. Don't Don't stop after the 12th grade. This is why I say stay in school. Yo, you can make a better way. And I ain't saying that the school is going to make you all that much better. At least emotionally, you get wetter, get lava. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. But it means something to somebody. She wasn't the only one. She named him Mekhi Phifer after her son. I'm like, what the hell's going on? What we doing now here? What we doing? Nephew named Denzel. Okay. No, it says, imagine being named after a 90s product like Alizé and Kanai. You know, the boy called me Temu LL Cool J. In LL's book, he said that he used to drink so much Alizé that he wanted to name one of his children Alizé. He said his wife wasn't having it. But he was dead serious. Like, we're going to name her Alizé. Like, you going to do what? So even celebrities do the dumb shit. Do the dumb shit. So yeah, this is my daughter Hypnotic. And my son Cavazier. Pastor Cavazier. Pastor Cavazier. Pastor Cavazier. Pastor Cavazier. Pastor Cavazier. We about to get on up out of here, y'all. We about to get on up out of here. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't fucking with me like that. Got 15 likes. You know what I mean? You got to roll with the punches. We got 15 likes. We about to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 24th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Mitzi Goss. Happy birthday to you. And Andrea Mayberry, who I've known since the 1985. Virgo storming all up in here. And Nick Mel Bamba. And also Tammy Rudd. Happy birthday to you. And Portia Carr. Happy birthday. Naika LaFleur. Happy birthday to you. And LaBarbara Williams. And also Tiffany Jones. And she's raising money for the Black and Missing Incorporated. Interesting. And Patricia Howard, happy birthday to you. And Kim Mullins, happy birthday. And my man Will McCoy, he's the Will McCoy. Happy birthday to you, my dude. And my cousin Natasha Neal, happy birthday to you. And Jamila Brown. Brown. Last but not least, my girl Jamila Brown. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious August 24th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and for go hard, go for yours, and the gut. And remember, naming your child after your ex, I can't think of a bigger form of disrespect. But actually, if I jog my mind, I can find the whole disrespect, because disrespect you can find, and I know mine. I try to keep it tall, but some people keep it small. That goes for each and all y'all. We all know some people who have done some worse things than naming somebody after they passed queen or king. But the thing is, yo, you're supposed to be in the present now. So I'm asking you, just how can you say that you are down with me right now when you're on the past? We see how that you could just do something that you never let me know what you was up to. I know that in order for the love to shine, we gotta leave the past behind. If you keep dragging them bags into our life, and you supposed to be my number one whiz wife, I don't know if I can forgive, because I'm on some other shit. Yeah, I gotta live. I gotta make sure that I never have to think, because I ain't no jealous type of nigga, but I be up on the brink. So if you disrespect me, it's gonna be a problem, and I gotta have another way to solve them. Or what we gonna do about the pretty girls? Get me shipping more on the other side of the world, because it doesn't really matter if you're average or you're whack. Yo, you can do something disrespectful, shit like that. And bringing the luggage, the baggage, the packages from the past. Come on, man. We can do better than that. You know we can. You know. And we must. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow. I believe. Hold on. Let me see if we're going to be back tomorrow, because I heard something interesting today and saw something in. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, I'll be goddamn. Remember, I told y'all that the game was tomorrow at 1:00. Guess what? I'm missing the game now. I'm supposed to be at the Eagles game. We losing 23-3 in this preseason shit. Wait, it's the third quarter. Well, I guess I missed that. Oh, there will be a show tomorrow, 1 p.m. between 1 and 1:30. See what happens when you be working hard, not getting enough sleep. You know what I mean? Not protecting your peace. I'm wasting money right now. I'm supposed to be there. Look at this shit. This is so embarrassing. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Raymond Walker says, new to the channel. Fan, much love from Yonkers, New York. Shout out to Yonkers. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Sheik Loose. Sheik Loose, the Ghost, DMX, and Jada. Word. And Mary J. Blige. Yeah. Yonkers be turning them out. All right, y'all. So we out of here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So, Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. 1, 2, on the other side, my boobas. 3, 4, even up the score. Peace, y'all. All right.